The video you're watching concerns a video game that was distributed from Christmas time 2013 to Christmas time 2016 through Steam on behalf of its developer, Facepunch, Rust Legacy. Today we're at a oddball location, which I will bring up on the map and point out with my pointer. We're all the way up here, about, if you're looking at the mouse, you should see it. And this is what I've been calling the upper barn, or the north barn. Remember when we're at the extreme lower left of a gigantic map in this video game? So that's kind of all pointless kind of stuff there. So anyway, here we are, and I've gussied the place up a bit. First of all, I found a way to put in walls on the outside and inside of it and make it... This is not perfect, but it's really nice lineup. And we'll go over here and look on the other side real quick. And again, not perfect, but very nicely lined up. And I doubt that I'll be able to do this when I show you how to build it. And in here we have our upper floor entranceway through the window, which obviously we have to seal up. And as you saw on the other side, we sealed it up with a set of barricades. We're going to go up on top and look at the somewhat useful alignment of it all. Get over here real quick and jump. And we can see that one of the barricades came in just a little too high, which really annoys me, and I'm just going to stop thinking about it. So let's get inside of here and take a look inside and see what we're doing here. Hopefully we don't have to deal with any of them throughout the video. So, in here, I managed to create 6 foundations underneath, which the building is almost exactly 6 foundations sized. Obviously, it's basically 2.5 foundations long and almost exactly 2 foundations wide. It's a slight overage on the edge, and if you put the building pieces in like you could with a normal building when you're doing your own fort, you get that. Now I'm going to show you what I did here. This is a variation on another video I just did. Because I had to bias it from starting point of having that corner and that corner line up, towards the front we ran out of material, and there's a gap over here and a gap over here. This is the way I prefer to do it, because then I can put these walls in, but I also put in a couple of barricades right here, and we'll just do the destroy function. I'll Fogarite and Dratax. We're going to go around and smack a bunch of things here to get rid of them. And let's see here. The way to get up is very similar to another video I've done. We have tires here that are in the game, and you can kind of get away with this, but I put a box at that height there, and then I put in the door frame and door, so the door would slam into the edge and make it to where when I hop up here, it stops me by hitting the bar, and then I can jump up on the bar most of the time and get up here, and we have access to the upper area, which is kind of the whole point. We're building to build. That box that was there was for plugging that hole. Let's get over here and grab our bag. Grab our... Oh, we're in the middle of a lag spike. By the way, I'd like to point out I'm on my own computer, running a server from the computer itself, and it still does these rather awful lag spikes. Like that. I hit that button a second ago. And I'll go ahead and leave that door there, because I'm going to have to essentially just smash a bunch of things at once and take out most of the building here. So we're going to go out here, and we're going to be doing destroy, and then we're going to go destroy all, crouch, and okay, I'm going to have it again. Or just deal with the fact that there's a lag spike, and that's what it sounded like. That was ridiculous. Now, on the previous one, normally you would start in, let me get that rock out of the way. You'd start over here in the corner, like here, and, well, there's a lot of lag spiking going on. Let me get something taken care of here real quick. I'm going to give myself another wooden door so that I have one. There we go, and everything else is, that's going to be good enough, I guess. So, let me get rid of a couple of utilities in the background that I don't absolutely have to have. And let's get ourselves aligned here. We want to get into the corner here. And normally we would build towards where we were aiming downhill that way. Now, because of the angle, we either need to have it high or low. On the other barn, which I'm just going to bring up on the map here real quick, that's way down here, oddly enough, we need to be pointing, relatively speaking, this way. But we're going to go over here and do it from here. Now we want to line up our belt, as they call it, the hotbar, to where we're dead lined up with that. And then I'm using a keyboard shortcut that I put in by altering the registry for Unity games in general to get that rotation done slower. It's normally rather fast, and the mouse is imprecise as hell. And we're going to center like that. Now I'm going to bring my foundations that I just collected by smashing everything to bits. And we're going to bring the foundation down, and we're going to point this way. Again, in the previous video on the other barn, we point the other direction. We wait till it's green, and we want to have it to where we've lined up everything like that. You'll notice if we look at it just right, okay, that was a lag spike. I have it lined up just past the board with a knot in it, because we don't want it perfectly centered, because it's an asymmetrically shaped building. Honestly, it would have been better if the building just didn't have a floor. So anyway, and using the keyboard, which is as fine-tuned as way as I can, with the most delicate precision, it's still terrible. We then want to scoot over, in this case, to our right, to where we get that board that's off-center, that's currently part of the building. We want it to go off to the side, to our right. So I'm going to crouch down, ruining everything I just did, line it up again, so we're past the knotted board right there. And hard angle to see it. Now I'm going to press the D key while in crouch mode and move over almost exactly one entire board and hit boink. This will either work or it'll suck. The main thing is to get it kind of squared up. Now when we do that, we can now place these, and we should see just barely a sliver. You can see it right there for that one, and a sliver for that one. We put them both in. And then when we put in the next foundations, we're not going to see anything. It'll just disappear like that. And that's all 6 foundations, and we've gone ahead and done that. I'm going to put the walls, ceiling, pillars, and door down here. We're not going to put a door in the front. We're just putting a door frame in the front after we put our pillars in. We line up our pillar, and this is going to be a pain in the rump because the game engine is going to have a hissy fit about me doing this. Excuse me. Let's move forward and try to get this other one in. This is what takes too long. Boom. And we're going to bring it back not 1 but 2 notches. Doink. And then it's best to scoot over here, get right in the middle so you have a reference point. See our pillar here, we move it back and doink. Then we go 1 notch, 2 notch. That one will go right between the tires. Now we do our ceilings because we just need to get those out of the way because we can just place them now. Now let's try to put in our door frame. Last time I did this, it didn't want to cooperate. Okay, now we can place it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it over here, and we want that diagonal board you can see right there on our left. We want it pointed towards the tires because that's the way the door will open. Now we don't apply it yet because we want to put a box in there really quickly. Hitting 3, you'll notice how the door frame lines up with the edge of the tires. So we jump up on these tires real quick. We want to line up this box to sit right there. Just like you saw before if you were watching the video closely. We want it up about like that. And I know we can't place that there because I'm too close and because there's some sort of anti-cheat function that's dumb and it never worked, and seriously people, stop putting that in. And again, we have our diagonal piece here on the left, boink, and I'm going to put the door in there. Maybe. When I hit open, when I go around here, jumping up in the box, then jumping up on the door, and then we're stopped by that bar there, and we can get up here. And even if it's not perfectly aligned, I'm going to put it in the box because I decided I'm going to do that. That's all there is to it. Put it in there. And slide over. Boom. Now, we'll do the outside building parts in a minute. And now I want to get the interior ones done because we do need to have that and that. And now we can put in our door frame here. Doesn't matter which way the door opens, and I'm not going to put a door in it because I don't care. So we have a hop up, we can get up there, we have our space available. Now we're going to wrap around the outside. Let's check out our monster situation. Okay, let's switch to 4, go to the outside, and we're going to go to the far end on the corner to start our process and put pillar at end. We have 1, then we skip, so we can set our walls in. 1, skip, here, right in the middle, bonk, corner. Hopefully we don't get attacked. Go 1, 2, doink, and go here, 1, doink. And here just in case. Okay, cool. Switch over to the wall placement. They're hemmed in by the lock-in points or sockets or whatever they're called. And then we go in the back here, bonk, bonk. Inside here, and the thing is about this is if you don't get it perfectly aligned, it's still going to look okay. So maybe I'm just exploiting it a little bit. Maybe I should do a better job and not suck. Get in here to block off the only place that actually has a defect. We're going to slide along the wall by hitting A in this case. It's 6, and we want to back up by hitting S until we get back here enough, and doink. Over here, waiting for the lag spike to finish. Think of it as an earthquake. Anyway, go here, and we're going to do it again over here. I'm going to slide in on the wall, try to get this in the corner as much as I can, because that's good enough. That extra wall there, they aren't really needed or required, but it's I guess it's a good idea. Let me put 4, doop, and then I'm going to throw the bag down upstairs because I can. And when you put it up here, even if your space decays entirely, your bag will still be here. In fact, we can go over here and do a cute little trick where we put it like that. We can duck down, move forward a bit, maybe get this to work. Slide ourselves over and put it like that. And that way it'll land on top of that, well, what was a wooden beam that is not visible anymore because it's now literally inside of our ceiling piece. And that's the entire build. And if you're curious how I discovered it, complete by accident, I found out that if I put myself in the door jam, the door space here, which is actually, excuse me, which is right here, I was able to place these at the correct height. And sometimes they need to be high or low. This one needs to be up here. This seems to be the height requirement, as is demonstrated on the other barn. And when you do that, this makes it to where everything you place should last long. Now, does it really? Now, here's the bad part about it. In this and the other video, I'll put a warning in it. If you place things in here, even though there's a foundation under them, they have to be in contact with the foundations not to decay as fast. So, is this really worth it? The answer is, in this location, no. At the other location, you get all of the surface area with foundation, and technically you can completely fill in the top if you want to do it a different shape, and make it to where you have 2 floors with foundation-like items, and just pack it full of furnaces and stuff, and make a really, juicy base out of it. Okay, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. This has been the, I'm not going to call it the north barn, but the more north barn. Right over here. Rebuild for entertainment purposes only. And it alters it. It's a lot more visible than the lower right barn or southeast barn, but it's pretty good. It's not that visible. And it does kind of, it fits with the whole theme and it looks cool. And yes, you will have servers, by the way, that will say you cannot build this kind of thing. They will get upset with you. And if you're on one of those, well, they suck. But go ahead and try anyway and see what happens. Maybe it'll let you do it. Especially useful if you can find out if a server allows you to have the destroy and or remove function so you can fix it when, not if, you screw up. Because this is like my 8th take, and screw ups are normal. And yes, again, the roof is reasonably well aligned. I'm actually kind of proud of the fact that I was able to get this lined up at all. But you can see it's still cattywampus. But it's good enough. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. You'll need it. Bye.